It's back. Yay. We have things. Maybe the frames don't drop anymore either, because I was dropping some frames earlier. Press start to try this level again. Okay. But see, the bad thing about Stunrunner is that it's not a very good game. I just really like the aesthetic that this game has. By the way, that slowdown does not exist in the arcade version. I cannot emphasize enough how terrible the port of this game is on Midway Arcade Treasures 3. And I mean, we heard how bad Rush 2049 is. Alright, let's play Hydro Thunder. Hopefully that's not terrible. Also, yeah, the line in... Hold on, let me... Does this do things? Yes. The line in does things. I'm going to leave it at 20 for now. Because that seems to be okay. What if I... Okay, comparing the sounds. They're about equal. They're about equal. Ideally, I should be able to capture, hold on, the audio input from the line in device, which I have done. And now I can just say not listen to this at all from there. And then in the audio input capture, I can go to advanced properties. I can say monitor and output. And now I can just barely hear it at full volume. So I think it does need a bit of a boost. I would say about 20. I'll do 20 and then... I don't think those cheers worked, Rainy. Okay, let me know how this is. Let me know how this is. There they go. That's 5 bits. Thank you for the bits, Rainy. Filling up Taco Tom. One day, we'll get him completely filled up. Alright, Hydro Thunder. Watch this game be way too loud, too. Actually, I don't remember this one being loud, unless this version is loud. I've only played the GameCube version.
Hydro Thunder!
And the audio in Rush 2049 was not as good. It's not as bad on the GameCube version as it seems to be in this version. I'll have to play it on my own time. I like how well these JPEGs have been clipped on the bottom. That's good. Game.
Choose your track.
And actually, I can turn the desktop audio all the way off. So now you can't hear my mail notifications anymore. So that's good. That's what we want, actually. That is a good thing. So I do not have any of the other tracks unlocked. There's a cheat code you can enter to unlock them, but I don't remember that. So we will not do that. We will go to the Arctic Circle. Yeah, it was fun making that bit cup. It's really cool, in my opinion.
Choose your boat.
Because previously I had Taco Tom holding a bit cup, but then I came up with the bright idea of what if Taco Tom was the bit cup? And thus I made him bit cup. It was a bit of effort getting it to work, but it was really fun. Surprisingly, in fact. Messing around with that.
3, 2,
I feel like it's a bit loud.
go, go!
so I lowered it a bit. It might still be too loud. Let me know. Boop.
Time extended. Time extended.
This is a good game. And the audio seems to work in this game as well.
Time extended.
Best time so far. Except it's pretty much impossible to finish higher than like 4th. I guess if you know the track really well, you can do it. But you have to know the best lines and all the boosts and get lucky as well. Beep, 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 beep. See, I'm pretty sure this and Hydro Thunder, this and Rush, are both straight Dreamcast ports, which is kind of interesting. I can't think of any other Dreamcast games that were ported to the Xbox. Hydro Thunder speedrun win. I don't know. I have to spend some time learning the game. I'm sure there are some people who speedrun this. Well, my guess is they speedrun the Dreamcast version. Like the actual Dreamcast version. I suppose I could get that.
You placed fifth.
But I also don't know how much I care. Because my Dreamcast is kind of on its last legs. My initials... T I N. Only 5th. I got 1st place on the times.
Hydro Thunder.
But this is basically like an arcade game, so they're designed so it's impossible to win. Well, not impossible, but extremely difficult. So like, even if you're good at the game, you will not win every race.
Choose your track.
What is champs? Is this just high scores? Or is this like a championship mode? It's just high scores. I don't know, maybe you do have to get like top 3 to unlock the next set of tracks. I don't know how you do it. I've never done it. I've always just used cheat codes.
Choose your track.
I want to see what other games there are. And I do want to go back to Rush 2049. I want to try stunt mode. I want to see if that works. So if you are wearing headphones, you might want to be a little bit careful. Audio. What if we turn them down to like 5? Does that help? Or does it still sound terrible just at a lower volume? By the way, I can now barely hear the game the way I have this set up. I'll have to fiddle a bit more with it, I think.
3, 2, 1.
No, it still sounds bad, and it still sounds bad at the same volume. That's impressive. This is unplayable. with the broken audio. I mean, it was bad on the GameCube version, but it was not this bad. This is unplayable levels of bad. You know, the whole reason I got the game on the Xbox when I already had it on the GameCube was so I could specifically play this game with the better controller for racing games, but this version is not the better version, so... I would get the original Dreamcast version, but that's like $25, $30. It's not cheap. Not cheap at all. There's also the N64 version, which I think is faster for speedrunning, but... One, it's worse graphics. Two, I don't own an N64, so it wouldn't do me much good. I mean, I suppose I could buy an N64. I kind of want one. But, like, I kind of want every game's console, so... It doesn't mean that much. I found some Japanese import Sega Saturn games at the local game store. And by local, I mean the one that's like 45 minutes away. I almost got one, but I didn't because it would be completely pointless on the grounds that I don't own a Japanese Sega Saturn. I don't own any Sega Saturn. Mostly because there are no good games for the Sega Saturn. I mean, I guess there are some. There's no good Sonic games on there. Unless you count Sonic R. The Daytona USA version is terrible. They had Fighters Megamix and Fighting Vipers at the store. I think those are good games. They also had Gale Racer, which is an arcade racing game, which I think is also good. Also, incidentally, Gale Racer in the arcade is the first ever game to feature Sonic the Hedgehog. It predates Sonic the Hedgehog, the game. Fun fact. He's on a keychain in the car that you drive. I win, except I come in third. I won third place, I guess you could say. I beat Rock and Roll and Ed Log. Is that supposed to be a pun on eggnog? I also want to do stunt mode. Because stunt mode is really cool. I don't think I have the good arena. No, I have to unlock that. I don't remember how you unlock arenas. I think you have to get a certain amount of points. I don't remember what that number of points is. I'll take the Magnum. I downloaded a Trackmania mod once that let me drive this car in Trackmania. So this isn't so bad, audio-wise. The cool thing about this mode is that you have these wings that pop out, and you can do stunts, and you can also crash. You also have the wings in every mode, actually, but... they're the most useful in stunts mode. And you can get partial wings bonuses and no wings bonuses if you don't use wings. Which is cool, I suppose. Whoops. That's not good. There are also coins that you can collect. Is it... do you have to get all the coins to unlock the next level? I don't think so. I don't think I ever got all the coins, but I did unlock the next level somehow. I don't remember how. Wow, I did a great job at getting that coin. You get no points for the cool explosions, unfortunately. Okay, you're going to get this coin. Nice. Let's do a flip. Oh, that didn't go very well, did it? There are silver coins and gold coins. I think the gold coins are supposed to be harder to get. Can we stop on here? Oh, he fell off. I think there's a couple of coins you can get up there. No, wings bonus times 7. You can get some crazy multipliers if you do a lot of things. Can we land it? No, that's not gonna happen. Great. I land it directly upside down. There we go. That's a stunt. 60 points. I need to be doing jumps off here because I can do more stunts here. And you can also do multiple types of stunts, and you'll get multipliers by doing multiple types of stunts. It's like if you do 3 types, you'll get a big multiplier. I think if you do like 4 types of stunts, it's absolutely massive. Like I want to say it's like a 60 times multiplier or something ridiculous like that. And it. Look at that. So I think that's a times 2 bonus for doing 2. I think it might be if you do 5, it's a times 60. Okay. Oh, I don't know what a times 3 is because I didn't get it. Alrighty. Oh, can we get the gold? Nice. And we even have continued this. Nice. Quad bonus times 20. You get a 20 times multiplier for doing 4 types of stunts. That's like 80% of my points right there. Oh man, look at this. Oh. Well, that didn't go so well, did it? I want to say it's... I feel like it's 10,000 total points to unlock the next level. That seems to stick in my head. Is how you do it. Or maybe 5,000? I don't know. Thank you for the bit, Rainy. Triple bonus times 10. Can we make the jump in time? I don't think so. We're up to the mercy of this letting us land it. Nice. 140 points to end. Oh, I didn't land in Tom. That's a shame. By the way, I have been writing the Taco Tom 2 script over the past few days. It's interesting. I want to exit the game. How do I do that? Like this. Let's play some of the other games on the game. I'm still not entirely sure how the ending works. I basically wrote the entire script in one day, and then Pinguino, who you probably know, offered to review the script. So he did that for me, and he had a bunch of suggestions for corrections for me to do, so I've been doing those the past few days. So actually the version I sent to you, Crazy, is not the most up-to-date version anymore. So don't even bother looking at it until I send you the more up-to-date version, which hopefully I should get that done by tomorrow. because I've already spent several days updating it and basically rewriting most of the final third of the game from scratch. No, I did not want to start Hydro Thunder again. Oops. You're expecting RPG level storytelling. I counted the number of lines. It's currently over 600. So I think I might try to do a pass where I remove unnecessary lines. Considering the game itself is gonna be like 3-4 hours long, I feel like 600 lines of dialogue might be a little too much. It was 500, but then I made it longer in my revision. Because it's like, oh, I need to add a line to clarify this. And then you want to add a couple of lines so it sounds like a conversation. Yeah, I am worried it's going to be a bit too much story, but I'll see. Once I finish the second draft, I suppose there'll be another pass. Crazy, I guess, can look at it if he wants to. Pinguino, I guess he'll probably look at it. Maybe other people as well. Maybe I'll open up to everyone to look at it and make suggestions, and then we can keep in mind trying to make the story shorter. Hey, you liked San Francisco Rush 2049? Here's the first San Francisco Rush. Guess what? This is another terrible port. Apparently, they remade this game from scratch for this collection, which seems like a ridiculous amount of work to do. But I guess the way it was made, they couldn't port it easily. But as a result, the physics are all wrong. And the sound is all wrong, but I think it's not bad. I'll take the Acura Integra, please. Give me automatic, because I don't know what the shift buttons are, and I don't feel like learning them. It does run at 60 frames per second. That's something. Sound, I think it's still not exactly happy. But it's not as bad as 2049 was. Try some other games. I'm beginning to wonder, like, if there's something wrong with the line import on my computer, or if there's something wrong with the cord, because I don't know why it would still. It still feels like it's peaking, like an OBS is just a solid line of audio, like that line of audio that says, "Hey, here's how loud it is." It's not moving anywhere. Also, physics are happening right now. You just saw them happen. But I don't think it's any worse than what it used to be before the start of this stream, so that's, I guess, tolerable. Like, it sounds fine for me, except it's crackly. But again, that could just be this game. Based on what I know about how this compilation of games was made. That doesn't surprise me. I got really into 2049 like a few months ago. Like, I was watching old videos of the arcade game that people have recorded off VHS tapes because that is the only way to capture footage of the game. No one has actually captured it in a genuine arcade machine with capture card footage. It's all on like old VHS tapes from like 2000, back when the game was relevant. It's actually a surprisingly different game from the console version. Like, the wings that I showed you do not exist in the arcade version, so it plays fairly differently. God, the controls are terrible in this. If you hadn't noticed, it's not good. If you want, I could give you a rundown on the plot of Taco Tom 2 now. If that is something that would be interesting. Let's do the loop. We did it without dying. That was impressive. take the alternate path again. If we go through the first lap. Yeehaw. Oh dear. That's a wall. Putting me really far ahead. Thank you for pushing me. Controls are super sensitive. I'm barely moving the stick. Do we need don't say yeehaw, Brady? Let's do the other loop. Look at this, that angle. Turn! First one to turn, I think. I don't think that loop is a very good shortcut. You have to go. Alright, see ya, Kodak. Thanks for stopping by. You enjoyed my technical difficulties stream. Seems like half. Oh dear. Almost saved that and then didn't at all. It seems like half of my streams these days are technical difficulty streams. There's the Planet Coaster debacle, which I have not fixed, by the way. That's still an issue that I don't think I can solve unless I get a better GPU.
What's your name?
What's your name? What happened there? Basically, Planet Coaster runs horribly when I try to stream it. In OBS, the frame rate is bad. T. I have to... Oh wait, oh no, I ruined it! Hold on, can we go back? Or am I just gonna be... Okay. T... I-N. You gotta scroll down to N. There we go. That was not difficult at all. I have the best track time, even though I only finished 5th. But there are still more games in this collection. Such as... We haven't even played the best one yet. Race Driving. Shift up, shift down, brake, okay. This is the best game ever made. Let's do the original track. And the Sportster. Put shifter and drive. And we are off. Wait, we have to shift into first. That's reverse, hold on. Okay, Y is shift up. I like we have 4 drive gears with the automatic car. So this is race driving. This is one of the earlier 3D driving games, in case you couldn't tell. Believe it or not, this was ported to the Genesis. The Genesis version of this game is not very good. It's also on the Super Nintendo, and that version isn't very good either. I want to say this was also ported to the Saturn. Maybe also the PlayStation. I guess those versions are a bit better. Still probably not quite as good as the arcade version. Maybe. I don't know. Where's the checkpoint? There it is. Don't hit that car. Don't miss the checkpoint. Extra time. I did kind of lose like 10 seconds at the start by shifting in reverse instead of in drive. Go for the overtake. We made it! Is that a train? It's a cool train. Finish. It's up ahead. Extended play. We get to go again. Let's go right this time if we can. Oh dear. You're off-road. Okay, we're not going that way. I needed to slow down a lot to take that path. I have no idea what time it is, by the way. I don't know if it's like 9 or 11. So I don't know how many other games I can think of or I can look forward to streaming tonight, I guess you could say. Now that I've maybe sort of fixed the audio. Over game. Oh no, game over. The red flag on the course... Oh, I couldn't read that. T... Oh, no. That descended it automatically. Great. Thank you. Actually, I can just check what time it is, because I have that ability as a human being. It is 10:54. So, closer to 11 than to 9. Overgame. Alright. What else have we not played yet? There's Off-Road Thunder, which is kind of not great. There's Badlands, which is kind of not great. And there's Super Off-Road and the Track Pack. This is an alright game. Simple controls. Gas, steering, and nitro. What else do you want? Who needs a brake? I am Tin, as always. T-I-N. Birth date. Why do I have to enter this? March? Alright, March 8th. I'm glad they had options up to 99, even though this game came out like 91. Smart thinking. From the USA. With all the relevant information. Oh, we're going. I think I'm the red truck. Yeah, I'm an 88-year-old streamer. I wonder who the oldest person who ever streamed on Twitch is. Use the nitro to catch up. White guy's good. He pushed me. I know there is some like 80-some-year-old woman who's who does Skyrim Let's Plays on YouTube, and she's pretty popular. I hope when I'm 80 I still do fun stuff. 5 nitros. That's a lot. I win. Oh, we can upgrade the car. Nice. I will upgrade top speed, and that's all my money. Start next race. I like how all of the women in this game have no clothes on. Pretty much. I was using like somewhat sarcastically. I mean, it has its advantages and disadvantages. I collected $40,000, just laying on the ground. Picked it up during the race. I win. I will upgrade tires and tires again and yeah. I'll go all out on those tires. I'm gonna turn so fast now. But yeah, funny story about... Hey Gorgus, how are you doing? Funny story about the fender bender I was in yesterday. By the way, if you weren't here in the stream earlier, you must be talking about the fender bender I had yesterday while heading to work. Someone ran into the back of my mom's car, which I was riding in, because it was too icy outside. And they damaged the rear bumper. But when I got to work that day, you know, I told one of my coworkers about how I ended up in a fender bender, and somehow this news spread quickly around the school because one of the students heard about it and told everyone. So I was just walking around the school and one of the maintenance people came up to me and was like, "Hey, I heard you in a wreck." And I was like, "Yeah, it was just a fender bender, nothing too bad, no one was hurt, it was totally fine." And that was that. Then like around 1:45 in the afternoon, and work is like 8 to 3. Except, whoops, it was 10 to 3 this day, because they were a 2-hour delayed. Okay, come on, we are making this corner. For God's sake, thank you. The principal of the school comes up to me and was like, "Well, I heard you were in a fender bender." So I had to explain it to him. I thought it was kind of amusing that somehow the news of me, an independent contractor who doesn't even officially work there, made it all the way up to the principal. And he felt like coming into my office about it. I need to beat yellow, at least. Did I beat yellow? Yes, I did. That's 30,000. You hear bah. Free play, press nitro. Okay, I get 50,000 free dollars for that. Thank you. I'll do top speed and springs. Probably the horn. Yes. Well, that yellow car went flying. Come on. See you, Link. Thanks for stopping by. Enjoy your sleep. I slept for over 12 hours last night, which I don't usually do. Usually, I can't sleep for more than 10. But I managed to sleep for 12 last night. Probably because I only got 5 the night before, and then yesterday was a fairly eventful day. start it with being in a car crash and then end it with me accidentally falling asleep at 6:30 p.m. I was considering streaming yesterday, but it's hard for me to do that when I'm not awake. And also I had work early, and I wouldn't have been very awake anyway, even if I wasn't completely asleep. Can we overtake at the end? Yes! Look at that. More top speed, more springs, please. I don't exactly know why I'm still playing this, but whatever. One nitro. I do remember playing like the track pack of this for like an hour straight one day. I have a bizarrely vivid memory of that. Back like 10 years ago, probably. I'm gonna say that happened in 2009. No idea if that's actually true or not. Well, that's the year I'm going with. This is a pretty fun game. It's kind of like Championship Sprint / Super Sprint, which is made by the... I don't know if it's made by the same people, but it's on other Midway Arcade Treasures compilations. Oh, I lost! The white car is really good. And you can just max everything out for free. Start next race. I would like to. Thank you. I have 22 nitruses. Actually, Badlands on here. Let me play Badlands. Badlands is a more direct sequel to Championship Sprint. I don't remember if Super Sprint is the first one or the second one. Technically, neither is the first one because there was Sprint originally. I think, or was that an Atari game? It might have been an Atari game, but it might be part of the same series. It gets a bit confusing with these old early arcade games, like who made them and who owns them now. But they're very similar games. This is a sequel to both of those. And it's a bit different, because this is an Atari game, as you can see by it's copyrighted by Atari Games. But Midway owns it now. Well, they did at the time this came out. They obviously don't own it now because Midway no longer exists. So I guess it would be, if anyone has it, Warner Brothers probably. This is actually the same track that was the first track in Super Sprint. So basically this is Super Sprint, except it takes place in a post-apocalyptic world, and you can shoot guns out of your cars. Come on, let's go. Best lap ever, 5.3 seconds. I'll upgrade my speed. Did I go through that car? Strange. This is not the easiest game to control. I think the arcade version used a steering wheel. But that's not really possible with the regular controller. So I have to just turn left and right by moving the stick left and right. And it's kind of sensitive. I can shoot this guy, can't I? Oh no, he lost. Or I lost. He won. Can I take a turbo, please? Thank you. I guess it's acceleration? Sometimes that wall will open up like there. Can you make it? No. That's a good sound effect. I kind of want to play 720 again. It's in the first Midway Arcade Treasures, I think. I hit a wall and I crashed. Don't worry, there's a helicopter there, ready to fix me all up. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. Good work. Well, that's Badlands. I guess for the sake of completion, I should play Off-Road Thunder, because I think that's the only one left. There's also the Super Off-Road Track Pack, but that's literally the same game. Just with different tracks. Actually, are there any differences? No, there's only one way to find out. I feel like there might be a couple. If I remember correctly. Let's see. Let's find out. Since it's fresh in our memory. 8 new tracks. Oh, we can select a truck or a dune buggy. It is different. I think we had the truck before, so we'll take the dune buggy this time. T I V. Haha. I tricked you. January 1st, 1930. Oh wait, it scrolls. It can be any birth date. Alright, I was born... Am I 100 years old? Or am I 1 week old? The world may never know. So the other guys have trucks, but I have a buggy. I feel like that's cheating. But I think that's the only difference. Tiv wins. Yeah, beyond that, it is the same. Alright. Super Off-Road. I'm sorry, not Super Off-Road. Off-Road Thunder. We just played Super Off-Road. This is more like Hydro Thunder. And it's the same boost mechanic that that game does. There's also a Dreamcast game called Four Wheel Thunder, which has that same boost mechanic and is kind of similar to this except worse than this. And this is not as good as Hydro Thunder. And there is Arctic Thunder, which does not have the boost and is bad. I streamed that recently. It was not good. Let's just do... Is there a Demolition Derby in here? I did not know that. Got a bunch of tracks. I want to do Carney of Chaos. That looks good. I want the Nitro Ninja. That's a cool name for a car.
Nitro Ninja.
Nitro Ninja.
Start your engine.
Let's do it. go! This is apparently what a demolition derby is like. Great. My wheels fell off. Very unusual occurrence. Wheels are not supposed to fall off. Something different fell off. I was trying to quote that before, but I don't remember exactly how it goes, believe it or not. I really should remember how the front falls off. But I don't. It's a shame. I don't know. All I know is that you're supposed to hit people and that gets you points. Actually, this does not seem as bad as I remember it being. I don't remember it being bad. I remember it being mediocre, but this seems kind of fun. Are we going to make the jump? Yes. This is Hydro Thunder with the water replaced by dirt. And it was also not released on consoles except in this collection. As Hydro Thunder was. It's on the Dreamcast, the N64, and I think also the PlayStation. It would kind of be silly to not put a game on the PlayStation in '99. Maybe Windows, but probably not. I doubt it was on Windows. This collection, I think, is on Windows. Also, I don't think this is running at full speed. If you look at the time on the right, I don't think it's ticking at 1 second per second. It's like 0.8 of a second per second or something. But control-wise, it feels totally fine. I placed second, apparently. I sure did. That's a shame.
Here are the thrill seekers.
Man,
The tough guys.
I like how there's flicking numbers on the bottoms there. I don't think they're supposed to be there.
What you wanna play?
This is not a very well made port, if you couldn't tell. All the games in here are ported kind of badly, it seems, which is unfortunate. Hydro Thunder worked. It's really just Stun Runner and 2049 that are really bad. And Rush the Rock. Well, let's see. I think that's gonna do it for the stream tonight. I'm getting a little bit tired, even though I slept for 12 hours last night. I still had to get up at like 6:30, 6:45 to go to work. So I'll be back soon. I don't know, maybe as early as tomorrow. If not, I don't know. Eventually. I will stream again eventually. So yeah, thanks for watching. Next stream will be, I don't know what it'll be. It'll be something. It'll be better than this stream, which is mostly me messing around with audio. And I think I still need to do a little bit to it, but it's mostly better now. I might try loading up, was it Maximum Chase? That was the game with really bad audio before. See if that sounds better now. Eight retro racing classics that we all already saw. Anyhow, I'll see you later. Thanks for watching. Have a good night. Bye-bye.